We are live at courtside at Dill Arena for tonight's 4th Region Championship matchup between Bowling Green and Warren Central. Hi, hello everybody, and thank you for joining us here on the ticket in our broadcast of Purples basketball. Getting you ready for this 4th Region game. I am Eric Matthews. Right beside me is Zach Woodall. We're just 3 minutes and 40 seconds away from tip-off. And Zach, as we get ready for this matchup of Titanics in the 4th Region, what can we expect?
I think a physical matchup. If you've seen any of the 3 games, expect the exact same thing. Chane Behanan, George Fant going at each other. Of course, you got your 3-point shooters on the outside. You got your role players. And I'm really looking forward to this matchup. I'm glad it's happening in the championship round. And it'll be determined who goes to Rupp Arena, which makes it even more exciting.
Is there really any surprise that it is Bowling Green versus Warren Central?
I don't think so. I think if you look down, these are the top 2 teams in this region all year long. I know Warren Central got off to a slow start, but ever since Shanklin's come back, they've come into form, and Warren Central was on a really hot streak going into district tournament. Bowling Green beat them in the championship game, and this could be a very good one.
Now coming off the semifinal matchups, Warren Central, no problem with Russellville, but Russellville did make them run. Bowling Green, really not much of a problem with Clinton County, was in foul trouble a good portion of the night, but still a 20-point victory for the Purples. What can we take from last night for both these teams and put it into fruition tonight?
It'd be interesting to see how Tommy Boyce comes out tonight. See if he comes out a little stiff. He took a beating last night against Clinton County. I know he had such a good game, was the player of the game last night for Bowling Green, but the young man took a beating. He was on the floor a lot, and the thing about Warren Central is, you know, they were in rhythm, and they were in rhythm really easily. They had 15 points from all their big 3 players. And, yes, Russellville ran them, but from a running team, that's not a bad deal. If you're Bowling Green, you played a Clinton County team who liked to slow it down, who did bang. Anytime Chane Behanan went up, he was getting banged on. I think he only had 1 bucket that was uncontested where he dunked it home on that alley-oop, Eric. And other than that, he took a shot every time he went up for a shot. So could be a little physical. Bowling Green could be a little sore. That may be something that to look out for during this game.
This is definitely going to be an intense matchup like any Bowling Green Warren Central game always is. But the lying factor here is the winner tonight will have a chance to dance at Rupp Arena for the Sweet 16 and one of the 16 teams going for a state title here in Kentucky. We'll take a 1-minute break. When we get back, we'll have your starting lineups and your tip-off between the Purples and the Dragons. Bowling Green versus Warren Central here on 1340 The Ticket.
Here, let me just mark the starters real quick.
Yeah. TheHighSchoolZone.com/Bowling Green or /Warren Central. Okay.
Wells, right?
Yep. See, I can't see the bench. Make sure that's who it is. I see George, of course. Gotcha. Yeah, it's the same as always. All right, big fella, what are we looking at? Gotcha. Good, glorious evening, everybody, and thank you for listening to Purple's basketball here on 1340 The Ticket. Tonight's matchup is for the 4th region title and a chance to dance at Rupp Arena. Being announced right now are the starting lineups for the Bowling Green Purples, upcoming the Warren Central Dragons. Let's start first with our starting lineups and the home team, the Warren Central Dragons.
Starting at one guard, wearing number 1, a senior, Troy Halcomb. Starting at 1 forward position, wearing number 3, a senior, Marcus Wells. Starting at the other guard, wearing number 12, a junior, Jordan Shanklin. Starting at another guard, wearing number 13, a senior, Jacob King. And the big man down low, wearing number 44, a junior, George Fant. Of course, Warren Central Dragons are coached by Tim Riley.
And now for the Bowling Green Purples will be the away team here tonight at Dill Arena. Starting at forward, a senior, number 3, DJ Ray. At guard, a senior, number 5, Tommy Boyce. At the other guard, a junior, number 12, Mike Geegan. At the other forward, we have a junior, number 14, Tyson Halcomb. And the big man in the middle, a junior, number 21, Chane Behanan. Bowling Green is in their away purple jerseys. Bowling Green written across the chest in white, outlined in gold. The numbers are just like the letters, white outlined in gold. A double white stripe goes from the armpit down to the knee, where a gold H is encased in a half circle of purple. Warren Central wearing their home white jerseys. Warren written across the chest in navy blue, the number in the middle, Central across the stomach. Where their shorts are white, there's a WC on the kneecaps, on the left kneecap, and a navy blue line goes from the armpit down to the knee. Bowling Green be going right to left of your radio dial. Warren Central left to right. Tonight's game is on 1340 WBGN. Go to 1340WBGN.com for all of our audio, or the highschoolzone.com/Bowling Green for video and audio live here at Diddle. Tip ball will go to the Purples and DJ Ray. Ray will go the bounce pass to Boyce. Boyce to his right to Halcomb in the wing. Halcomb top to Geegan, to Boyce left side. Warren Central in a man-to-man. Boyce top the key to Halcomb, back left to Boyce. Down the block to Behanan. Behanan on, going up, kicks out. Geegan for 3, and bueno! Mike Geegan starts off the party with the 3. Purples 3, Dragons 0. 7:25 on the clock, first quarter. Shanklin controlling the point. Will go King cross court to the right side. King to his left to Wells. Ray guarding on Wells. Wells to his right, beyond the arc to Halcomb, the pass. Finds Shanklin, 14-foot jumper up. No good, rebound Halcomb for Bowling Green. Halcomb waves Boyce back. Boyce comes back and takes the basketball from Halcomb. Boyce to his right to Halcomb. Up top to Geegan. Left side, Boyce in the wing. Boyce to Behanan. Behanan, 16-foot jumper. Rattles out, no good. Rebound Shanklin. Shanklin with the basketball. Cuts around the defenders. Between Halcomb and Ray, goes to his left to King. King, chest pass to Halcomb. Down low to Fant. Fant, pump fake, driving, goes up, and a foul be called on the shot. This will be against Bowling Green. It will be on Tyson Halcomb with the reach in, and Fant will go to the line and shoot 2 for the Dragons.
So Fant will get an opportunity to give the Dragons their first points of the basketball game. Nice down low defense, though, by Chane Behanan, who got a hand on the ball when Fant went up for the shot.
Fant's first free throw of the ball game falls for Dragons' first point of the game. Fant taking his dribble, spins the ball in his hand, eyes it, flies it. Free throw short, no good at the front of the rim. Rebound Behanan. Behanan to Ray. Controlling the pressure is Ray. Will go the bounce pass to Boyce. Boyce looking back at Coach Sherrill. Go the pass right side to Halcomb. Halcomb fakes right, goes left with the pass. Ray to Boyce, back up top to Geegan. Geegan beyond the arc will go inside pass to Behanan at the free throw line. Behanan back to Geegan. Geegan at the towel at midcourt here at Diddle Arena. The pass, top the key to Boyce, to his left to Ray, going to the right with the dribble. And the pass to Halcomb, down low on the right block to Behanan. Behanan, double team, out to Halcomb. Halcomb pulls, jumper up. No good. Rebound knocked away, be off of Geegan. Geegan was looking for DJ Ray, and the deflection went out of bounds. Turnover to the Dragons. Wells inbounding on the near sideline, goes in the backcourt to Shanklin. Purple's in the full court man-to-man. As the pass go to Halcomb. Troy being guarded by Tyson. Pass to Wells, right side Shanklin. Down low, Halcomb. Halcomb spins up and under Behanan, loses the ball. Goes up, rejected. Ball knocked out, recovered by Wells in the rebound. Finds Shanklin. Shanklin for a long two. No good. Rebound Behanan. Behanan bring the ball up court. Pass left side Halcomb. Halcomb, Geegan, back to Halcomb. Halcomb, three. No good. Rebound by Halcomb of Warren Central. Up court to King. King, Gazy looking, has Shanklin driving, baseline. Reverse layup, up and good for Jordan Shanklin. And we have a tie ball game at 3. 5:05 on the clock, first quarter. Boyce to his right to Halcomb. Up top to Geegan. Left side pass to Boyce, down the corner to Ray beyond the arc. Ray at the right-hand dribble, back up top to Boyce. Left side, back in the corner to Ray, looking down for Behanan. Ray picks the dribble, will go to Behanan. Behanan on the left block, spins around Fant and be called for the travel.
Trying to spin move that he likes so much on George Fant and just didn't put the ball on the floor early enough and took those steps and traveled, and the turnover will go back to Warren Central.
4:44 on the clock here in the first quarter. Tie ball game at 3, early 3 by Geegan. And a free throw and a jumper by Central. Look at this ball game tie. Troy Halcomb, basketball, goes right side, King down in the right corner to Wills. Drills back up top, goes to Shanklin. Shanklin pump fake, picks up his dribble, down low, intercepted by Behanan. Behanan behind the back dribble, cutting, weaving, bobbing, and brings it back out. Will slow it down or go back to Ray, top of the key. Ray, long three, back of the rim, no good. Rebound up. Halcomb brings it down and gets stripped, goes out to Ray. Ray up, off the glass, no good. Rebound Wells of Warren Central. Wells to Halcomb. Halcomb pushing, Ray guarding. Double team, right wing. Up top to Wells. Shanklin open the left wing, drives, kicks off to Halcomb, right hand up and good. Impressive ball movement by Central here in the early going. Dragons 5, Purples 3, 3:45 first quarter. Boyce in the right wing. Hands off Ray, top of the key. Ray going to the right to Halcomb. Back top of the key to Boyce. Shot fake by Boyce. Nobody there. Goes to Halcomb, down low to Behanan on the left block. Behanan in the paint. Up. Off the glass. No good. Rebound Fant. Fant up court to Shanklin. Shanklin driving on the baseline. Picks up his dribble. Kicks it back out. Fant looking for the jumper. Nobody there. Out to King. Finds Shanklin. Down low to Fant. Right block. Fant spins around Behanan. Goes up. No good. Rebound Behanan. Bowling Green pushing. Down by 2. 5-3. First quarter. 3:05 left to play. Ray for the Purples. Controlling the point. Will go to Halcomb. Halcomb up top to Boyce. Swings it right. Goes rotation to Ray. Ray has the pick set. Cuts to the paint. Goes inside. And a walk will be called on DJ Ray. As Warren Central is just really making that middle, that paint, big cluster of players. And the Purples cannot get any penetration.
Yeah, but Joey Gorman coming into the game, who's having a great region tournament right now, he can come in and open up the floor a little bit for the bigs down low.
Gorman along with Simmons and Clement in the game. Purples go to the 2-2-1 press. Halcomb for Central. Brings the ball up court. Will go to Carpenter. Carpenter was left to Halcomb. Inside to Fant. Fant left block on Behanan. Kicks out to King. Gorman guarding on King. King picks up the dribble. Goes up top to Wells. Down low to Fant. Fant out to Halcomb. Shot fake. Will drive. Go in the paint. Left hand up. No good. Rebound Behanan. Up court pass to Simmons. Simmons to his right. Gorman in the wing. Thinks about it. And goes out to Ray. Ray off his hip. Halcomb up. No good. Rebound Clement. Clement pushing. Bowling Green numbers. 4-on-3. Clement up. And good. And a foul called. Count the basket with the foul. Going to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play the junior Darius Clement.
Nice job there by Clement. Joey Gorman wide open on the wing over here. I thought he might pass it out to him, but he took it right at Warren Central, made the bucket, drew the foul, and more importantly, drew the foul on George Fant.
Entering the game for the Dragons will be Martez Board, along with Brett Jackson. King and Halcomb will both take seats. Wells and Halcomb. King still on the floor. Clement's free throw up and good. Purples up by 1, 6-5. Shanklin back in the ball game now for the Dragons. Brings ball up court, across the timeline with the dribble. To his right to Carpenter. Carpenter, King. Shot fake, nobody there. Shanklin takes the pass. Shanklin drives baseline, up, under, reverse. A nice little move by Shanklin. Twice he's drove the baseline, went for the reverse layup. Dragons up 7-6, 1:35 on the clock, first quarter in this fourth region championship matchup. Simmons, cross court to Clement. Down low to Behanan. Jackson on Behanan. Right hand hook falls for Behanan. Sweet little play for the big fellow Behanan with the right-handed hook. Bowling Green 8, Warren Central 7, 1:15 on the clock, first quarter. Carpenter double teamed at half court. Looking for help. Will go to Jackson. Jackson back up top to King. Swings left to Shanklin. Shanklin drives. Jumper up and good for Jordan Shanklin. Give Jordan Shanklin 6 points of the Dragons' 9. Ray with the basketball beyond the arc. Down low to Behanan. Behanan the right block. Pump fake. Drives. Foul called on the floor. This will be against the Dragons. It will be against Martez Boards. Brett Jackson, number 5, will have the foul called, and it'll be on the floor. Entering the game for the Purples for this last 48 seconds will be Scooter Hollis, and George Fant will come back in the game with Behanan going out. And Jackson draws the foul, so he'll head to the bench as Gorman will inbound to Hollis. Hollis out to Simmons. Simmons wants to drive. He'll spin. Go one-on-one with Fant. Left hand up. And a big size advantage for Fant over Simmons. Gets Simmons to go short on the shot. Rebound Dragons. Shanklin with the basketball. We'll go to Fant. Right side of King. King up top. Boards down low to Fant. Fant spins up on the glass and good. Dragons up by 3, 11-8. 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Clement letting this clock run. Purple's looking for that last shot. Down by 3, 11-8. With 6 seconds left. Pass to Gorman. Out to Hollis. 3 seconds left. Clement pulls 3. Way off. Rebound by Carpenter. First quarter will go to Central. 11-8 at the end of 1. Be back in 60 seconds on the home of the Purples. 1340, the ticket. I understand. I know it's because it's not real time. Yeah.
You'll know when there's a nice dunk coming. I know that. You'll pay special attention to that one. Says that he feels like destroying that sandwich right now.
Central basketball to start the second quarter. Dragons up by 3, 11-8 over Bowling Green in this fourth region championship matchup. Fant out to Carpenter, to Halcomb, to Wells. Wells the free throw line, getting double team pressure, will lose the basketball, turnover to the Purples. Zach, in this first quarter, what did we see that really gave Warren Central the hands up?
Really Jordan Shanklin. I thought he's been having a really good fourth region tournament. He continued his play in the first period. 6 points for the Dragons, all from Shanklin, and he's having a great game right now. See if a Bowling Green Purple can step up and slow him down.
Gorman to Ray. in the left wing. Ray drives out to Hollis. Hollis shot fake, pulls in beyond inside the arc for a jumper, drains it. Purple's down by 1, 11-10. Shanklin moving the ball up court with the dribble. Off his foot, will go to Carpenter on the loose ball. Carpenter bumped, and it'll be out of bounds off the Dragons. The bump was not called on a Purple. Instead, they will say that Carpenter was out of bounds and a turnover to Bowling Green.
And I tell you, Eric, these refs have let this teams play. It's a complete opposite of what we're used to seeing out of these second region referees. There's been a lot of physical play down low from Chane and George. And I tell you what, there's been only 3 fouls called combined in that first quarter.
Hollis up top to Simmons, to Gorman, left to Ray. Ray beyond the arc in the left wing, dribbling in the paint, hands off Gorman. Gorman driving, looks to go back out, goes, finds Hollis. Hollis beyond the arc in the right wing, will go in, right hand up, no good, rebound Fant. The size advantage that Central has over some of these younger players of Bowling Green is really showing. 11-10 is our score, 6:35 on the clock, second quarter. Warren Central with the lead over Bowling Green. Halcomb driving, Halcomb up for Central, no good, rebound DJ Ray. Ray controlling the tempo. Bounce pass down low to Simmons. Simmons looks for Behanan. Behanan up off the glass. Count the basket with the foul. Chane Behanan will go to the line to try and convert the three-point play as the foul's called on Troy Halcomb of Warren Central.
Shane's so good when he's getting contact down low. He's able to move the ball around, hang in the air, and put that one up and in off the glass. Nice job by Chane Behanan. Now see if he can step to the line where he's been pretty good in the free throw line throughout this tournament.
Geoghegan in the ballgame now for Bowling Green. Gorman out. Behanan's free throw rattles out. No good. But with that basket, Purple's up by 1, 12-11. 6:12 on the clock, second quarter. Shanklin for Central. Going to his left. Pick set by King. Pump fakes. Looks for King. King down low. Bounce pass to Wells. Finds Halcomb driving in the paint. Up. No good. Rebound Behanan. Behanan went up for the block. Didn't get it, but altered the shot and ended up getting the rebound off of it. Ray to Simmons. Simmons out to Behanan. Behanan beyond the arc. Spins around, but will lose the basketball. Wells goes to the ground, and the ball will go out of bounds off of Wells and stay with the Purples. Good play by DJ Ray to let that ball go out of bounds on the near sideline.
Yes, it was, and I tell you what, Warren Central almost had a steal, but the gentleman fell down out there at the top of the key. Lucky break for Chane Behanan trying that spin move way far away from the basket.
Ray with a pass to Hollis in the right wing. Hollis beyond the arc, looks down low to Behanan. The right block will give it to the big man, but goes back out to Hollis. Hollis, top of the key pass to DJ Ray. Ray to Behanan, long jumper Behanan, rims out, no good, and they will call a rebounding foul on Geoghegan. Geoghegan was trying to deflect it out and had Ray open, but they will call the rebounding foul on Geoghegan. For Geoghegan, that is his first foul, and only the second team foul called on Bowling Green here in this first half compared to Central with 3. Halcomb with the basketball for the Dragons, getting around the pressure. Looks over top and throw it to the Bowling Green bench. Pass intended for Jordan Shanklin, but the turnover for the Purples with the pressure. Simmons inbounds from the Purple bench to DJ Ray, and Ray will walk it up court with 5:05 on the clock, second quarter. Purples 12, Dragons 11. Hollis down low to Behanan. Behanan out to Hollis. To Simmons. Simmons to Geoghegan. Left side, Ray. Ray giving out orders, moving Simmons in rotation. Ray down low to Behanan. Behanan spins around, up, gets the basket over Fant. Titan versus Titan. Behanan versus Fant. And right now, the Purples are up by 3, 14-11. 4:30 left to play. Wells out to King for 3. No good. Rebound, DJ Ray of Bowling Green. Ray looking, pushing. Top of the key. Maintains the dribble, picks up, hands off to Hollis. Hollis back to Ray. Ray will walk it back between the circles, set up the offense for Bowling Green. Hollis back out to Simmons, left side to Geoghegan to Ray. Ray beyond the arc, left of the elbow. Goes in the paint, drives, goes up, awkward shot, off the glass and good for DJ Ray. And Ray gets on the board with some points here in the second quarter. Ball deflected. Ray picks up from Fant. Ray up, left hand, good! DJ Ray has given the Purples a 7-point lead, 18-11. And Warren Central calls a timeout. We'll keep it right here with 3:43 left to play in the second quarter. Bowling Green going on a good run.
Yes, they are. Chane Behanan gets it to DJ Ray. DJ Ray lays in the basket. This Bowling Green press has already forced 2 turnovers in this quarter. This one converts into a basket by DJ Ray. And what a good sign for the Purples. DJ Ray getting on the board early with 4 points in this second period. If DJ stays going, as well as Chane, Bowling Green Purples a really tough team to beat.
Now, one deciding factor we thought would go in tonight's game really hasn't been, and that's been the foul trouble.
Yeah, and then the refs are letting them play, and I'm glad, too, because it's not so physical where there's a foul that needed to be called any time. When the foul needed to be called, for instance, Geegan's over the back, it needed to be there. King was in position, Geegan went over his back. The refs are calling what needs to be called, but letting them play a little more physical.
Inbounds pass goes to the Dragons. Shanklin up court to King, back to Shanklin down the right corner. Shanklin, the pass to Halcomb, left side King. King with only one look today from three-point territory. Did not get the fall. Purples drop back in a 2-3 zone against the Dragons. Pass to Halcomb between the circles. Halcomb to Fant. Fant getting double team. Will drive on Behanan. Kicks it out. Shanklin three. No go to the back of the rim. And ball will go out of bounds. It'll be off of Purple. It'll be off of Ray. And it will go to the Dragons. No, they'll say it's off Warren Central.
Yeah, I was going to say, DJ Ray looked like he came down with the rebound. Looked like Shamarcus Wells tipped it out of his hands. One of the refs from the back saw it. The front ref was right in front of DJ. Could only see DJ.
So the referee pointing the right thought the call was for Warren Central, but it's a result. Bowling Green with the possession. Ray to Geegan. Left side to Hollis beyond the arc. Hollis driving. Goes baseline, gets double team. Tries to get out to Geegan and does. Geegan jumper up and good. Purple's up by 9.
There's going to be a foul after the shot. You're going to be able to count the basket. But on the floor, it looks like 21, Chane Behanan looking to box out. Going to pick up his first foul of the game.
Both Behanan and Fant have one foul apiece, which with 2:48 left to play, it's okay. One foul for each player in this much time play in the first half. Not a bad sign.
Yeah, Eric, you and I thought they would both be in much bigger foul trouble than that.
Fant down low, up the right hand, no good. Ball tipped out. It'll go to the Dragons. Halcomb hands off Fant. Fant up under Behanan and gets the basket. Good second effort by the Dragons, and they're now down by 7, 20-13, with 2:20 on the clock, second quarter. Ray to his left and Hollis. Hollis finds Geegan. Geegan pump fake from the left corner. Kicks it back out. Hollis to Ray, inside to Simmons. Simmons, let's go over top. Behanan with the basketball up. He'll get the foul, could not get the basket, but Chane Behanan will go to the line and shoot 2 with the foul called against the Dragons.
Shamarcus Wells.
This one will be against Wells.
It would have been big because Fant was right down there with him, so it would have been Fant's second foul, but instead it gets Shamarcus Wells on it. And Chane will go back to the line where he's already missed one free throw tonight.
Behanan sets and shoots, up and good. Enter the game for the Dragons will be Martez Boards. Wells will take a seat. Hollis will exit, and Darius Clement will come to the ball game for Bowling Green. Behanan with the free throw. Up and good. Purples 22. Dragons 13. 2:05 left to play in the second quarter. Boards to his left. Halcomb up court to King. King back to Halcomb. Halcomb at the towel at midcourt here at Dill Arena. King down low to Fant. Finds Halcomb. Right hand up and good. A silky smooth shot by Warren Central's Halcomb. Cuts the lead back to 7. 22-15 in favor of Bowling Green. Ray at the W. At half court. Pass down to Simmons. Simmons being guarded closely. Out Clement. Clement three. Bueno! Darius Clement give the Purples a double-digit lead of 10. 20-15 over Warren Central. A minute 15 left to play, and a walk called on the Dragons. And the Purples are surging here in the second quarter.
And I tell you what, it's been the press that's really revived the Purples in this second quarter. They've forced 3 turnovers off their press. That's turned in some easy buckets for the Purples.
Ray with the basketball, crosses half court. Shanklin guarding. Ray picks up the dribble, go left side, Clement. Clement has a bad pass intercepted by Shanklin. Shanklin pushing. Shanklin going in between, up off the glass and good. Jordan Shanklin starting to take over in the second quarter. Had a strong first quarter, but that's his first basket in the second. 25-17, 8-point lead for the Purples. Ray to his right to Simmons. Simmons has all the room in the world, but will not shoot the tray. Ray with the basketball will go to Behanan. Behanan inside the paint, looks for Geegan, and Behanan will be called for the walk.
Yeah, Geegan got covered up the outside, and that forced Shane to take a little off-balance step, and when he did that, that's where the travel came in. Turnover to the Warren Central Dragons.
30 seconds left. Warren Central basketball up court pass to Halcomb from Fant, and Halcomb being double-teamed. Pass down low to Fant. Fant looks for a jumper, goes out to King, up top to Shanklin, back down to boards. Goes up, gets rejected by Behanan, saves him going out of bounds, and Purples will stay for the last shot. 10 seconds left to go in the half. DJ Ray with the basketball. 5 seconds. Down low to Behanan. Ball deflected. It'll be off. Behanan out of bounds. And Warren Central will now have the basketball with 3 seconds left. And checking in for the Dragons will be Shamarcus Wells,
who didn't go to the scorer's table apparently.
Also coming in will be Tyson Halcomb, relieving Darius Clement with his last 3 seconds as the Purples are up 25-17 here in the second quarter. Wells trying to find a pass. He'll go to Halcomb. Halcomb looking up court. He'll heave it and miss it. And that will be the end of your first half. Purples 25, Dragons 17. At the end of a half, so far this game, everybody's got their money's worth in the first half. An exciting second half coming up. We'll be back in 3 minutes with your halftime report here on 1340, The Ticket.
Try to keep up with the lead, like who had the largest win
Gotcha.
and stuff.
All right, I'm going to go out.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, hey, tell Kaj I said hi. Tell Kaj I said, get an autograph. What's the deal with Kaj Ramsey, period?
I think he's kind of related to me.
I think he's like my second cousin. Oh, I didn't. That's why
I said it like this.
Got me. They haven't even started halftime yet. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping we don't get a halftime performance from the Warren Central dance team again. That was mean as a cheerleader just walked by me, but Oh, if there's a $500 shot from half court, I want to be in it.
They look good. Man, they're going to be hard to beat. They look good.
If I can throw it to Diddle, will I get $500? No, they're giving a scholarship out, it looks like. Forget books, I want cash. Oh, this was that thing they raised for the Jimmy B Foundation.
Is that what it was?
This is what this is, the $500 this year.
That's nice.
This is the 4th region ref. There's that, because he's one of the main guys.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
That's awesome.
That was when we had to do everything ourselves. That was before we had the tones to go to break. That was just
a feed that was brought out by the premier company to give the board ops that didn't have the tone to an update.
Yay! Woo!
Do you want to mention about the rest?
Currently halftime here at Dill Arena as the Purples hold a 25 to 17 point lead over Warren Central, an 8-point lead for Bowling Green. And really, Zach, what's happened here in the second quarter to give Bowling Green this lead going into halftime?
You know, I really do. I think it's the press. The press of Bowling Green, I think it started when there was a long pass thrown out of bounds actually into the Bowling Green bench. Bowling Green came back and converted it into a basket with DJ Ray. This next thing, Warren Central goes to throw the ball in. DJ steals the inbound, lays in the layup, gets his first 4 points of the second quarter. And when that happened, that press started four turnovers from the Warren Central Dragons in that second quarter alone. And I believe the press for Bowling Green is really giving Warren Central fits right now.
One thing that really needs to be picked out here of what's going on is it's not just the Chane Behanan and DJ Ray show. There's been a contributing effort from various other players. Darius Clement hit a big three and has been running the point for a good portion of the first half. And it's helped Bowling Green. But one fact that we thought would come into tonight really hasn't, or maybe it has been the limited play of Tommy Boyce. Tommy Boyce had a big game last night, had 10 points, had 6 assists for the Purples, has barely seen the floor tonight, maybe still banged up from the Clinton County game just 24 hours ago.
Yeah, I'd say it's fatigue on that part. Like we said in the pregame, Boyd took a beating last night. I know he was so big in that win for Bowling Green against Clinton County, but he was on the floor a lot, taking some punishment. When he went down low to drive, he got hit, and it was a really physical game between Clinton County and Bowling Green last night, where in the little different scenario, Warren Central had to run a lot with Russellville as they're a running basketball team, but as far as physical play, there really was none. Russellville's not a very physical team. They're more of a finesse team, so the legs of Warren Central may be a little tired, but their bodies are not beat up the way Bowling Green's players' bodies are beat up right now.
Now, we mentioned what Bowling Green has done here in the first half. What does Central need to do in the second half to dwindle this lead back in their favor?
Well, they're going to have to try to get George Fant going a little bit. He only has 5 points, and that's a major part due to the fact that Chane Behanan's guarding him most of the time. 2 of his 3 points, one of them was from the free throw line. 2 of them were when Chane wasn't in the game over DJ Ray. So, Fant, if he can get going, but a big factor that I think Warren Central would need, 1, find out how to break this press of Bowling Green, and 2, you've got to find King somewhere around the three-point line. He's been such a big factor in the 2 victories in this region tournament. He had 15 points last night against Russellville, all coming through in the three-point line. He's only attempted 1 three-pointer. He's had a couple looks where he could have taken the 3, but chose to pass it up. So I think if you can get King going with the way Shanklin's playing right now, Warren Central could make a run and possibly try to steal one here from Bowling Green.
Before the game even tipped off, you and I were talking off air, and you brought up a good point. If 2 of the big 3 in Jordan Shanklin, George Fant, and Jacob King have over 15 points, then Central has a good chance of winning this ball game. Currently, King, no points. Shanklin has 8, Fant has 5, all in the first half.
Yeah, and Shanklin's been the real standout for Warren Central. A couple reverse layups got him going early. He's drove to the basket, hit a nice 15-footer. Jordan Shanklin's playing really good right now for Warren Central. That's carried over from that Russellville game, which he played so good in. But really, King hasn't really showed up. And George Fant, for the most part, most of his energy has been conserved for the defensive end against Chane Behanan, and he's done a nice job. Shane's first 4 points came when George wasn't in the game or from the free throw line. So George has done a nice job on Chane. Chane has done a nice job on George. Both of those players are kind of neutralizing each other right now, but it's the Bowling Green Purples that's had other players step up, like Clement stepping up, hitting a big three-pointer, and like Scooter Hollis coming in and hitting a big fadeaway from 15. So DJ Ray, with his 4 points, its other players are going to start stepping up around George Fant and Chane Behanan. And right now, it's the Bowling Green Purple supporting cast who's doing a lot more than the Warren Central Dragons supporting cast.
For each team, who is the most crucial player in the second half?
In the second half, I got to believe, and I know this may surprise you when I say this name, but I believe Jordan Shanklin is the key for Warren Central. He's been able to handle the press with the ball movement up the floor. He's got range from the three-point line. He can drive, and when he drove, he got George his first 2 points of the game after a really nice drive to the basket and a handoff when Shane went up to block his shot. So I think Shanklin is the big key for the Warren Central Dragons. If you can keep him going, keep the ball in his hands, let the offense move through him, and then him look for George Fant, that's going to help the Warren Central Dragons because of the size Bowling Green has with Chane Behanan. For Bowling Green, you're going to have to look for Chane Behanan. When he was down low on anybody but Fant, he was shooting the hook shot easily over Carpenter. Even in the late portions, he was able to go up over Fant and create his own shot off the glass. Hitting free throws is going to be a big key for Chane Behanan as the game goes on, as you're going to figure some more fouls are going to be called. But Chane Behanan is going to need to step up, and if you can keep Jordan Shanklin going for the Warren Central Dragons, they'll definitely have a chance in this one.
We're going ahead and try to effort Coach Sherrill going into halftime. We'll be joined with Coach Sherrill here in just a few seconds.
And as Eric goes over and tries to join Coach Sherrill, another key factor that I wanted to point out is that Tommy Boyce is not playing. And Tommy was such a big portion of that win last night against the Clinton County, or not Clinton County, the Clinton County Bulldogs. So if he can get back into the game and start playing, maybe they were resting Tommy Boyce for this second half. Fouls have not really been a factor as the rest have let them play, and I like the fact that they have let them play. George Fant and Chane Behanan are both physical players down low. There's some bumping and grinding, but nothing that stands out and says, oh my goodness, that needs to be a foul called away from the basketball. Throughout the tournament, those fouls have been called. Some of the hand checks, some of the physical play down low has been called a foul. These refs are letting these two big players play. They're letting them bang on each other, and as a result, only 7 fouls called in this entire game. Eric's with Coach Sherrill.
Being joined with Coach Sherrill here on the baseline. Coach, had a strong second quarter. What are your thoughts going in the second half?
I mean, you know, you just got to win each quarter. You got to almost win this game minute by minute. It's going to be a tough one in the second half. You know they're going to come out firing. They're a great third quarter team. We got to continue to be good defensively. Hopefully we get a little more crisp offensively. But it's just what everybody thought it would be. It's a well of a basketball game.
Good luck second half, Coach. That's going to be it for the halftime report. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. Be back in a minute and 30 here on the ticket. Before we go to break, though, just a reminder to those of you who are out and about driving around the Bowling Green, Warren County area, listen to our broadcast here on the ticket. Make sure that you and those of you in the same vehicle are buckled up. WBGN, we care about Bowling Green. Be back in 90 seconds with your second half here on 1340 The Ticket.
Sound good?
Yeah, I turned Sherrill down a little bit because he was real loud.
There we go.
Bowling Green out-rebounded Warren Central in the first half.
Did they really?
13-12.
That's big.
Yeah. I mean, everybody was doing it, too. I mean, Shane had 6, but then you look down, Tyson had 2, DJ had 3. A couple other players had 1. But only 1 offensive rebound.
Yeah.
Tyson got that one.
Second half between Bowling Green and Warren Central for the 4th region title about to kick off as the Purples are up 25-17. We'll start off with the basketball. Halcomb will inbound to Ray in the backcourt. Ray across the timeline, pass right side to Geegan. Central in a man-to-man defense. On the floor for the Purples, Boyce, Ray, Behanan, Halcomb, and Geegan. Behanan out, Boyce, 3. Rims out, no good. Rebound, Troy Halcomb of Warren Central. Halcomb being guarded by his brother Tyson. Pass to King, right side, down the corner to Wells. On the floor for Warren Central, King, Halcomb, Fant, Wells, and Shanklin. Wells to his left to Halcomb. Down low to Fant in the left block. Kicks it out, King. Out top to Shanklin. Bounce pass to Fant. Fant around Behanan, up off the glass. No good. Rebound by Halcomb. Warren Central gets the points by Halcomb on the rebound. And down by 6. A crucial factor, what we saw in the first half, was the rebounding war, Zach.
Yeah, Bowling Green out-rebounded Warren Central 13-12, but Warren Central won the offensive rebound that we just saw 2-1.
Behanan kicks out left side, Boyce. Boyce driving in the lane, right-hand floater up, no good. Rebound, Halcomb. Halcomb out to Shanklin. Shanklin gets bumped from behind by Halcomb of Bowling Green, and that'll be a quick foul on the Purples. And for the Purples, you've got to start off strong offensively here in the third quarter and not fall asleep, as Central is known to make a run to start off a half. Shanklin trying to get around Boyce. Goes to his left to King, being guarded by Geegan. King, top of the key, between the circles. Pass the right hand goes to Halcomb. To Shanklin beyond the arc. Pick set, Shanklin. Down low pass, Fant. Open, pick and roll to perfection. And
Fant got matched up on Tommy Boyce. That's a way mismatch.
And it's a basket for Central. Up Halcomb, no good. Ball on the floor on the rebound. Behanan comes out with it, and they will call a jump ball. It'll be possession arrow to Central. Central started off strong on a 4-0 run here in the third quarter. Actually, no, they're going to give the timeout to Bowling Green. They will get a timeout to the Purples. Behanan was on the floor begging for a timeout, and a referee came in doing the jump ball motion, but they will get a timeout to Behanan. So Bowling Green will retain the basketball and have the timeout called, as Coach Sherrill is going to try to pump some type of energy into his Purple team to get them going here in the third quarter. The only offensive shots that have been taken have been by Boyce and Halcomb. Boyce has come close, but not seem to be falling for the senior Boyce.
Yeah, and Warren Central's running their offense to perfection right now, especially that pick and roll with George Fant up top and a guard rolling off of it.
Geegan on the right base on the left block will inbound to Behanan. Behanan on Fant. Goes up off the glass, no good. Rebound Wells. Purple's trying to find their groove, but Central, I think, is located. Halcomb will drive, but there'll be a foul on Fant. Down low, Fant and Behanan got tied up, and they'll call the foul on Fant.
You know, that's kind of interesting because that was stuff they were letting go in the first period. That little pushing and shoving match between Chane Behanan and George Fant was not being called. This time, it was called on George Fant.
DJ Ray inbounding for the Purples. Bowling Green up 25-21 here in the third quarter. But currently, a ball will be tipped out of bounds. It'll be off a Dragon and will stay with the Purples. Geegan inbounding the far sideline. Goes to the backcourt to Simmons in the ballgame now, along with Scooter Hollis. Simmons the basketball. Goes down low to Hollis. Hollis kicks it back out. Geegan. Geegan, long three. Bueno! Mike Geegan comes alive for the Purples to start the third quarter. 28-21. Halcomb goes up for the Dragons. No good. Rebound still loose. Will go to the Purples. Be off the fingertips of Behanan out of bounds. Central will keep the basketball under their own goal, but a big three-point shot by Mike Geegan puts the Purples back up by 7, 28-21. Shanklin looking to inbound. Will go up top to Fant. Over Behanan. Right hook falls for Fant. Ray looking in on the baseline. Up top, over to Simmons. Simmons trying to spin around King. Up court to Hollis. Hollis, three! No good. Rebound. Pulled down, but on the baseline, there will be out of bounds off Central's Wells, and will stay with the Purples under their own goal. 28-23, Bowling Green lead. 5:08 on the clock, third quarter.
Great job there by Behanan and Geegan, forcing Wells to the baseline where he stepped out of bounds. Now Bowling Green basketball.
Simmons inbounding on the right baseline, the left block, goes down the left corner to Behanan. Behanan, down low, Geegan, up and under for Geegan. Good look by Behanan, but an athletic shot made by Mike Geegan with the left hand. 30-23, Purples up by 7. King loses the basketball into the backcourt, over and back, turnover to the Purples.
Nice defense, and that once again the press for Bowling Green coming through and forcing a turnover on the Warren Central Dragons. Now Bowling Green with a lot of momentum trying to extend out a 7-point lead.
Ray trying to penetrate with Halcomb guarding. Runs into Carpenter, but a block will be called on Carpenter. A foul on the floor. That is the second team foul called on the Dragons here in the half, compared to the Purples with only one team foul. The referees, like we've been saying the entire game, are letting them play. And a good-sized crowd here at Dill Arena, very happy with the ball game they're seeing. Ray being guarded by Halcomb, down low to Behanan. Behanan trying to get around, Fant will pick it out, but there'll be a whistle on the floor. I believe it'll be against Fant, and it is against number 2, Denzel Carpenter, with the hold. For Fant, that was going to be a foul called on him. That would have been in big trouble for the big fella.
Yeah, it had been his third foul, and that probably would have set him down for the third period. And that would have been big because Chane and George are really bad on him down low.
Hollis goes up over top. Behanan jumps and pulls it down on the inbounds pass. Behanan back out to Simmons. Simmons to his left to Ray. On the floor for the Purples, Ray, Simmons, Hollis, Geegan, and Behanan. Ray will go right side pass to Geegan, back to Simmons, top of the key. Simmons to his left to Hollis. Rotation will go to Ray. Ray has the ball knocked away by Halcomb. Ray picks it up and will go to Hollis. Hollis being pressured by Carpenter. Hollis gets around Carpenter in the paint. Bump goes to the floor, and there'll be another foul against the Dragons. And this one will be against Carpenter again. And that'll be the third foul called on Denzel Carpenter. 3 fouls for Carpenter, the senior, in roughly a minute and a half of gameplay.
Yeah, and all 3 times George Fant's been right around the ball. Could have picked up on him either time.
Hollis inbounds to Simmons, pulls it down the right corner. Simmons looks down low for Behanan. Ball knocked away by Fant. Fant slides to a stop, no travel called, and it'll go back to Halcomb. Left side pass to Shanklin. Shanklin, 15-foot jumper up, air ball, rebound Geegan. Geegan hands off to Ray, and Ray will slow it down. 30-23 is our score. Purple's the 7-point lead. Bounce pass to Behanan. Spin move for Behanan. Up! Count the basket with the foul from Chane Behanan. As a go to the line and shoot one for an old-fashioned 3-point play.
Once again, great athleticism shown by Chane Behanan. Able to take contact, able to still get the shot up and off the glass. And now he's back to the line to shoot 1 free throw.
And what's even more crucial about this is the third foul on George Fant. Bad news for Central, good news for Bowling Green. Behanan sets and shoots his free throw. And hits the back of the rim, no good, rebound Fant. Fant kicks it right side, still in the backcourt to Halcomb, back to Fant. Right back to Halcomb. Halcomb needing help. Goes to Fant, cross the timeline before 10 seconds is called. Fant down to Wells. Wells up, off the glass, no good. Ball tipped in the air on the rebound. Pulled away, and they'll call a foul on Mike Geegan as Geegan got tied up with Carpenter. And the foul will be on the floor. And entering the game for the Dragons will be King, which I have a feeling I know why he's in the game. Same for Joey Gorman, now in the game for the Purples.
And really neither of those players have got a good look at the 3-point line so far in this game.
Shanklin inbound the left baseline, the left block will go out to King. 4-3, and rims out, no good. Tip out by Behanan, recovered by Gorman. And they will call a foul on Joey Gorman for pushing off on King.
Joey with the big smile on his face. I guess he did give him a little shove, and ref called it, and now turnover to the Warren Central Dragons. It could have been a big basket for Bowling Green.
Wells inbounds to Fant, finds King. King looking for a cutter, nobody there. King walks it back out, has a man in the left corner. It's Shanklin. He'll drive baseline. He'll go in the paint and get rejected by Behanan. Recovered by Gorman on the deflection. Purple's pushing. Ray, right side, Hollis. 4-3. No good. Rebound Wells of Warren Central. Out to Shanklin. Kicks it left to Halcomb. Halcomb driving. Baseline up. Blocking foul called on Joey Gorman.
Tough right there by Joey. It looked like he was set up well before we got there, but that's going to reward free throws for Troy Halcomb.
Halcomb will go to the line and shoot 2 as Warren Central trying to end this third quarter strong as we have 2:39 left to play. Halcomb sets and shoots. No good on the free throw. Even though it is the third quarter, and even though there's 2:30 left to play in the third quarter, at this point, free throws can be very crucial.
Free throws are important from tip-off, Eric. You've got to hit your free throws, especially when the games are close the way these games always are, and Warren Central just misses 2 free throws.
And it's a rebound by the Purples, Behanan. He'll find DJ Ray. Ray dribbling top of the key, going the right side, being guarded by Halcomb. Central in a man-to-man. Ray picks up the dribble, will go to Simmons in the right wing. Simmons with the drive baseline, will go down low to Behanan. Behanan up, count the basket, up and good. No foul called. Behanan, awkward shot, gives the Purples an 11-point lead, 34-23. 2:05 left to play third quarter. Fant to King, out to Shanklin. Shanklin fakes it left, drives right, and a foul on the floor. It'll be against Scooter Hollis, as that is the 5th team foul called on Bowling Green, as they're now matched up with Central with 5, and they will call the foul on the shot, and Shanklin, a pure shooter, will go to the line to shoot 2.
Like we just talked about, it's real important if you're trying to mount a comeback against good teams to hit the free throws.
Shanklin hits the first one. Entering the game for the Dragons, Carpenter, Jackson, and Barber. Exiting will be King, Halcomb, and Fant. Coach Riley going with a little different format, trying to spark something off the bench. Shanklin, second free throw, up and good. 1:59 left to play here in the third quarter. Inbounds to Behanan. Behanan back to Ray. Ray will cross the timeline. He's looking to his right, trying to drive, but Wells stops him. Ray bounce pass to Hollis, back to Ray. Ray to Gorman. Gorman 3, front side of the rim, it falls in. Wow. The incomparable Joey Gorman puts the Purples up by 12, 37-25. 1:25 left to play in the third quarter, and a timeout by Coach Tim Riley of Warren Central to try and set up something for Central. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here with 1:25 left to play in the third quarter. Bowling Green start off the quarter so slow, so methodical, but have really, in the last 6 minutes of gameplay, have tried to send a message.
Yeah, once again, that press forcing turnovers by Warren Central, turning into quick baskets. But what about this 3 over here on the baseline by Joey Gorman? I think everybody in the stadium, including us, Eric, thought that shot was off, and it somehow rolls in, finds the bottom of the net, and now Bowling Green with their largest lead of the game of 12.
The rims at Dill Arena are very friendly to Joey Gorman at the current moment, as he gives the Purples a 12-point lead, 37-25. 1:25 left to play here in the third quarter. Purples up by 12. Shanklin, right side pass to King. King to Fant, back to King, 3 up, 3 good. And Tim King, His Highness, has woken up in the third quarter with his first points of the game. Behanan brings ball up court, cutting through, up, off the glass and good. Behanan took it his way or the highway on the inbounds pass and got the bucket. Halcombe will do much the same for Warren Central. Count the basket with the foul, and Troy Halcombe to go to the line to try and convert the old-fashioned three-point play and pull Central within 8.
Yeah, nice job there by Troy Halcombe, getting the contact and, more importantly, drawing the contact to go to the line.
Halcombe's free throw up and good. Entering the game for the Purples will be Clement. Exiting will be Simmons. Also coming in will be Hollis, and Behanan will take a seat. Behanan needing a breather. As DJ Ray will look to inbound. Ray, bounce pass into Simmons in the left corner. In the backcourt. Ball poked away, knocked away, picked up by the Dragons. Shanklin to his left. Back to his right to Barber. Finds Wells in the right corner. Wells, top of the key to Carpenter. Carpenter up top to Shanklin. Swings it left to Halcombe. Halcombe wants to drive. Halcombe will. Goes up. Floater, no good. Back up, no good. Fant up and good. Bowling Green up by 6, 39-33. A strong drive by Central has got them within 6 in the closing minutes of the third quarter. Clement to his left, being guarded by Fant. It's a mismatch. Clement trying to use it. Hands off Gorman. Jumper by Gorman. Up. Rims out. No good. Rebound Halcombe. 5 seconds left. Halcombe to Shanklin. Shanklin punching. Ball knocked away with a foul called on Clement. It'll be on the floor. 2 seconds left for Warren Central to try to end this third quarter on an exclamation point.
Jacob King and Chane Behanan will check into the game. Watch King on the three-point line as they finally hit the first three-pointer of the game for Warren Central about a minute ago.
Gorman will exit along with Hollis, Geegan, and Behanan will come back in as Shanklin will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. Fant will head to the bench. Brett Jackson will come in for the Dragons. 39-33, Bowling Green lead, but Central coming on strong in the closing minutes of the third quarter. Shanklin, 1-and-1, up, no good, rebound Behanan. Behanan throws it way off on the heave. 39-33, Bowling Green on top of Central. One more quarter left to play in this fourth region championship game. Be back in 60 seconds here on the home of the Purples. 1340, the ticket.
Just to let you know, Coach Sherrill said crispy again.
I know, I heard it too. I was listening.
You were
for
listening
it.
that time, wasn't you?
Yeah, I was listening for it. Do what? I know. Gorman hit that three and they just went cold. But King came down and hit that three, and here come the Dragons. That was a big one from King. Halcombe to his left to King in the left wing. King being pressured by Clement, picks up the dribble. We'll go back to Halcombe. Halcombe to King, left side, looking for Fant. Back out to Halcombe. Warren Central down by 6, 39-33 in this fourth quarter, the fourth region championship. Down low pass, Wells up and good. A good offensive series by Warren Central. Ray, up court pass, Simmons open. Simmons up, off the glass and good. Good look by DJ Ray to find Simmons wide open. Quarterback pass finds the receiver. 41-35. 7 minutes at the play. Fant picks out Halcomb. Halcomb to King for 3. Hits it! Central down by 3, 41-38. Ray getting pressure, solid by Shanklin, up and good. And a timeout call by Coach Sherrill. Ray spun and was met with Shanklin. And to try and stop this Warren Central run, Bowling Green calls a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. 6:45 left to play in the fourth quarter. Purples 41, Dragons 40. Back here on the ticket. Do what? A little bit. Momentum has shifted here at Dill Arena as Warren Central has creeped within one, 41-40, on the back of 2 big threes by Jacob King.
Yeah, and Jacob King, he's the only one hitting the three-pointer right now for Warren Central. There have been 7 of them attempted, 2 of them made, both of them by King, and he, more importantly, has sparked a run in this fourth and final period.
6:47 left to play. Ray inbounding for the Purples to go in to Behanan. Fant guarding on Behanan in the backcourt. Behanan behind the back dribble. Picks it up. Needs help. Will go to Geegan. Recovered by Clement. They'll step out of bounds. Central amping up the defensive pressure. Have thrown Bowling Green completely off their game. And with this possession, the Dragons could take the lead.
Be their first lead since early on in the second period.
Hollis in the game now for Clement. Shanklin with the basketball, left side to King. King back to Shanklin. Right side to Halcomb. Beyond the arc, being guarded by Ray. Purples in a man-to-man. Pass to Shanklin. Shanklin the pick set, tries to go in. Jumper up for Shanklin. Rims out, no good. Fant up, no good. Rebound, goes out on a long one to Warren Central's Halcomb. Down low to Fant. Fant up top to Shanklin. And intercepted by Behanan. Tipped away by Fant, but recovered by Hollis. Purples trying to slow it down. 5:55 on the clock, fourth quarter. Ray to Geegan. Back to Ray. Purples need a basket desperately. Pass to Geegan. Geegan back out to Ray. Ray to Hollis, left side. Back to Ray. Finds Behanan. Behanan, top of the key. Goes in the paint. Will go up and get the basket. Off the glass and good. Purples up by 3. 43-40. 5:20 on the clock, fourth quarter. Pass up court. Pulled in by Wells. Hands off Shanklin. Shanklin back to Wells. Wells with a drive baseline. Will be stopped by Behanan and kick it back out to Shanklin. Top of the key pass to Halcomb. Halcomb to his right to King. King to Wells. In the right corner, up top, Shanklin. Shanklin to his left to Halcomb. Wants drive baseline. Ball stripped. Ball on the floor. Diving Behanan into the scorer's table. Out of bounds. Stayed with the Dragons as a sign of good sportsmanship. Behanan helped off the floor by Fant.
Nice hustle by Chane Behanan as he dove out of bounds for that basketball, just unable to catch up with it.
Halcomb coming in the game now for Darion Simmons for the Purples. Shanklin inbounding on the near sideline will go to Troy Halcomb. Pick being set by Fant. Halcomb breaks away, driving in the paint. Foul called. And they're going to count the basket for Halcomb. He'll go to the line and try and tie it as they will give Troy Halcomb the basket on the foul. It's against Scooter Hollis, his third foul, who joined George Fant with the only 2 players in foul trouble, each with 3. Halcomb for Warren Central, trying to tie it. Sets and shoots the free throw. Up, no good. Rebound, DJ Ray. Ray being double teamed. Nobody coming to help. We'll go to Halcomb finally. Halcomb, left side, cross court to Hollis. Hollis back up to Ray. 3 on 3. Ray pulls it in, controls the dribble. Go back top of the key. Ray going to the right with the dribble. Down low to Behanan, the bounce pass. Behanan, shot fake, spins, kicks out Ray, and they'll call a charge on Chane Behanan on George Fant. Nobody went to the ground, but Behanan spun, and apparently in the eyes of the official was out of control.
Guess they're going to call that a player control foul on Chane Behanan. More importantly, the Warren Central Dragons with the ball and an opportunity to take the lead.
Shanklin with the basketball in the backcourt. We'll go to Wells. Wells cross court to Halcomb. Halcomb across the timeline with a dribble. Driving up. No good. Rebound goes out to Hollis of Bowling Green. Hollis bringing it back. Stripped and go out of bounds. It'll be off of Central Shanklin and will stay with the Purples. 43-42, and we still have a 4-minute time span left to play here in the fourth quarter, as both teams have clicked it into high gear.
Yeah, the intensity has definitely picked up in this fourth period, Eric.
Geogans inbound in the backcourt to Ray. Ray being guarded by Wells. Central in a full court man-to-man. Up court pass to Behanan, behind the back dribble. Behanan down low, Halcomb up, off the glass and good. Good look by Chane Behanan, and the Purples back up by 3. 45-42. Wells to Fant. Fant to his right to Shanklin. Shanklin, top of the key to Wells. Wells, ball knocks loose. Foul called against the Purples, as Central is now, and for this point on, are in the bonus with the foul called on Scooter Hollis. That's his 4th.
In the 10th foul, so every time there's a foul now on the Bowling Green Purples, the Warren Central Dragons will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws.
This will be a 1-and-1 from Shamarcus Wells. It will be 2. Okay, it will be 2. That was the 10th team foul on the Purples. Wells sets and shoots. No good. Wells, his second free throw attempt. Sets, pulls, up and good. Down by 2, 45-43. Ray inbounds to Behanan. Behanan with the dribble, brings ball up court. Drawing the double team, will go to Halcomb. Halcomb up top to Ray. 3:20 on the clock, fourth quarter. Purples 45, Dragons 43. Pass will go to Behanan, and it'll be hooked and grabbed by Fant, and that's a 4th foul on George Fant.
4th foul on George coming with a little over 3 minutes left to play in this basketball game. See what Coach Riley does, see if he leaves Fant in there. It appears he will.
Simmons will inbound. That is only the 6th-team foul called on Warren Central, as well as a timeout called by Central. It'll be a full timeout, and we'll take a 30-second break. 45-43, 3:16 left to play in the fourth quarter. Bowling Green with a 2-point lead. Back here in 30 seconds on the home of the Purples. 1340, the ticket. 45-43 is our score. Bowling Green with the lead in the fourth quarter with 3:16 left to play. I'm being joined with Zach Woodall here, color commentator. And Zach, this has been a dramatic fourth quarter, and we've still got 3 minutes left to play.
Both teams kicked up in the fifth gear, pushed their NOS button, and going on full throttle right now. It's been a lot of good action right now in the basketball game. Bowling Green with the ball, trying to extend out a lead.
Pass down to Behanan. Shot long, no good. Rebound, Fant. 3:05 left to go. Shanklin down low, ball deflected, out of bounds. It'll be off DJ Ray, but good awareness by DJ Ray to keep Central from getting that easy basket. Entering the game for Bowling Green will be Tyson Halcomb. Exiting is Scooter Hollis. Hollis has 4 fouls. He's the only player in foul trouble for the Purples. And for Warren Central, on the floor is George Fant with 4 fouls. Halcomb will drive in the paint, kick it out to King. Left side pass to Shanklin. Shanklin back to King. Will go to Halcomb. Halcomb going to his left, being guarded by Simmons. Wants to drive in the paint and will go up. Basket no good. Ball will go out on the rebound. It will stay with the Purples and DJ Ray. Ray with the dribble, being guarded by Shanklin. Ray to his right. Shanklin guarding closely. Ray will drive. Ray will go up. No good. Ball will go out of bounds. It will be off Behanan. A wild shot by DJ Ray as he had Shanklin hooked and try to drive, but his shot got altered. Looking for the foul, but no foul call.
Yeah, he was looking for the foul, but really just went up really wild right there, begging for a foul more or less, and ball came out of bounds off the rebound to Warren Central.
Wells inbounds to Halcomb of Warren Central. Back to Wells, still in the backcourt. 2:20 left to play in the fourth quarter. Purples 45, Dragons 43. Halcomb to his right to King, back to Halcomb. Halcomb marking out orders, going to his left. Finds Shanklin cutting. Shanklin up. Shanklin good. Tie ball game at 45. After that bucket on the give and go to Jordan Shanklin. 45-45, under 2 minutes left to play. Geegan out to Halcomb. Halcomb for the Purples, drives up. No good. Rebound. It'll be a foul. Will it be against Warren Central?
It will be, but it'll be on number 1 instead of number 44, it appears.
No, it is on number 44. George Fant will foul out with 5 fouls in 1:45 left to play. That is a big, big thing for Bowling Green and for Warren Central. Fant can't believe it. Fant is done. And for the Purples, the size advantage has now shifted.
Yes, and now Chane Behanan has a definite size advantage down low. He's been working whoever's been on him except George Fant. Now he's at the free throw line looking at a 1 and a bonus opportunity where he's been inconsistent in this game, but really good for this 4th region tournament.
Behanan sets and shoots. 1 and 1 up. First one good. Purples retake the lead, 46-45. Another free throw coming from Chane Behanan. Behanan, second free throw of the 1 and 1. Up. No good. Rebound by Wells. Goes out of bounds but throws it off of Purple. It will ricochet and recovered by the Dragons. 46-45 is our score. Purple's up by 1. Wells to Shanklin. Shanklin to King. King, shot fake, 3. No good. Rebound, knocked loose, picked up by Shanklin. Shanklin out to King. King with 1:20 left, down by 1. Central with the basketball. Pass up top to Wells. Goes right side, Halcomb. Being guarded by Simmons. Halcomb picks up a dribble, will go down to Wells. Finds Jackson. Jackson gets rejected, but a foul will be called on Tyson Halcomb. And going to the line to shoot 2 to try and first tie it. 2, take the lead, will be Brett Jackson of Warren Central with 1:05 left to play. here in the fourth quarter.
All kinds of pressure on Brett Jackson right now. Hasn't even attempted a shot from the field before this shot. And now he's at the free throw line to try to tie it or give the lead.
And it rims out, no good. Crucial free throws. And coming in for defensive purposes will be Denzel Carpenter. Exiting will be Jacob King. On the floor for the Dragons, Carpenter, Shanklin, Jackson, Halcomb and Wells. For the purple, Behanan, Gray, Simmons, Hollis, and Geegan. Jackson, second free throw, up, no good. Rebound, Behanan. Behanan being double teamed, gets out of it. Up court pass, and a charge will be called on Behanan. He tried to get the ball to Simmons, and Shanklin set up nicely and got the charge against Behanan.
Good call by the referee. Shanklin was set up, and Chane Behanan, when he went in the air to throw the pass, gets out of control, runs over Shanklin. Now Warren Central back with the ball under a minute. Any kind of basket right now except one free throw would give the Dragons the lead.
46-45. Bowling Green with the lead. Central with the basketball. Halcomb inbounds to Shanklin. Shanklin being guarded by Halcomb of Bowling Green. Shanklin up top to Troy Halcomb. Halcomb takes off in the paint, goes up, and will be fouled by Behanan. And that will give 4 fouls to Behanan. And they're talking, the basket was made. Wow. That was a tip. That was a tip.
Yeah, that was a tip basket off of Warren Central after the foul had been called. Troy's begging right now for the free throw.
What the referees are conversating right now was the foul was called on Behanan. It was a shot taken by Halcomb. The ball did not go in, but there was recovery in a tip put up by a Warren Central player that went in. It was not on the original foul. They are wanting to count the basket. Apparently, none of the 3 referees saw it. If they count this, this is a true and beyond belief screw-up by the referees.
The referees are trying to ask anybody right now, did anybody see it? And they're going to wave the basket off. Good. That was the right call by the referees. And now we'll send Halcomb to the line, though, to shoot 2 free throws. If he makes both of them, Warren Central would have the lead by 1.
48 seconds left to play in this nail-biter and a thriller between Bowling Green and Warren Central. 48 seconds left. Purple's up by 1. And at the line, shooting 2, will be Troy Halcomb.
He's 1 for 3 on the night thus far.
Halcomb sets and shoots the first free throw. Up and no good. Free throws are crucial right now for the Dragons. In the clutch, they have not got any to fall unless they're at the hands of Jordan Shanklin. And one other factor to really put into fruition, Chane Behanan has 4 fouls.
Leading scorer in the game with 4 fouls, and he bangs down low hard on rebounds.
Free throw made by Halcomb. Tie ball game. 46-46. Ray looking in. Ray going over top to Geegan. Geegan pulls it in. Geegan looking. Geegan jumper up. No good. Rebound Wells. Wells to Halcomb. 40 seconds left. Central basketball. Halcomb crosses half court, a timeout call by Coach Riley. A good timeout where virtually everybody here at Dibble Arena is not a sellout crowd, but I imagine it's around 6,000 plus are on their feet for this last 34 seconds. A tie ball game of 46 apiece. Central with the basketball. If you're Bowling Green, what do you do? If you're Warren Central, what do you do?
I say Warren Central has the ball in the hands of Jordan Shanklin, having a great basketball game, having a great region tournament for the Dragons. And if you could, you'd want to attack Chane Behanan, who has 4 fouls, who can't go up as strong on the defensive end because of those 4 fouls. Don't want to foul out of the game. If you're Bowling Green, lock down, have a hand on whatever goes up for Warren Central. And if they miss a shot, get on the boards and rebound.
34 seconds left to play in regulation. We are tied up at 46 apiece between Bowling Green and Warren Central. This year's matchup has gone to the Purples with a 2-1 advantage. Central trying to even it up and trying to continue on to the Sweet 16 at Rupp Arena. The Purples are the reigning and defending 4th region champions, and they are not going down without a fight and want to go back to Rupp Arena. On the floor for Central, Jackson, King, Shanklin, Wells, and Halcomb. Halcomb will inbound from the far sideline for the Purples. Behanan, Geegan, Simmons, Ray, and Halcomb. Inbounds pass in the backcourt to Shanklin. Shanklin being guarded by Simmons. Pass right side to Halcomb. Goes to King, left side to Wells. 25 seconds. Pass back to Shanklin. 20 seconds now. Central looking for that last shot. Pass to Halcomb. 15 seconds left. To Wells. Back to Shanklin. 10 seconds. Shanklin with the basketball. Stripped by Halcomb. He'll drive. He'll pick it up. They go back to King. Shanklin. 2. Jumper. No good. And we got.
No, they wave off the tip in by Warren Central. Warren Central tipped in the basket, but it was after the buzzer rang. We have overtime, but.
Take a deep breath. 46-46. They do not count the basket. Shanklin missed the jumper, and Central got a tip in. They're saying it's no good. We will now go to overtime between Bowling Green and Warren Central in this 4th region championship matchup. Be back in 30 seconds on the home of the Purples, 1340, the ticket.
Why did Geegan take that shot? That was a bad shot.
I don't know.
Slow it down, work your offense. You take the last shot. You're tied up. You know?
Yeah. Goodness gracious. (46-46) at the end of regulation, and we're going to overtime. Fant has fouled out. Behanan has 4. Tip ball will go to the Dragons. Jackson gets the tip, and Central controls. King up top to Halcomb, being guarded by Hollis, who also has 4 fouls, along with Behanan. Breaking free is Halcomb. Driving, penetrating, up and good. A lead for the Dragons. Simmons inbounds to Geegan. Back to Ray in the backcourt. Dragons with the first point of the overtime, 48-46. Ray takes off. Stops. Shanklin guarding. Down low to Behanan. Behanan spins. Behanan up. Jumper. Drains it. 48 all. 3:15 left to play in the first overtime. Jackson to Halcomb. Midcourt to Wells. Goes right side to King. Up top to Halcomb. Halcomb drives up and good. Behanan has to be careful. He's letting Halcomb go right by him because he can't foul. Ray up to Behanan. Across the timeline. Behanan goes in the paint. Behanan jumper up. Good. What a play by Behanan. Give him 19. 50-50. 2:35 left to play in overtime. Halcomb wants to come up again. Ball knocked away. It'll be off Simmons, out of bounds. Stays with the Dragons.
Chane Behanan's taken overtime over for the Bowling Green Purples. Made both of the baskets. Both of them contested shots. Knocking them both down. But Bowling Green's got to find a way to stop the penetration of Warren Central's Dragons.
Now timeout by D.G. Sherrill. It's a full timeout. Tie ball game in overtime. 50-50. 2:31 on the clock. Be back in 30 seconds. Here on the home of the Purples. 1340, the ticket. Good Lord. Remember you said Russellville Central best game, then Bowling Green Russellville?
Yeah.
I think it's been beat.
Yeah.
dramatic basketball here at Diddle Arena as we are currently in overtime of the 4th Region Championship game between Bowling Green and Warren Central. We are tied up at 50 apiece with 2:31 left to play in front of a crowd of 6,000 plus here at Diddle Arena. Warren Central basketball after timeout by Bowling Green on the dead ball. Shanklin inbounding on the far sideline. Looking to get in, and will to Troy Halcomb. Halcomb with 16 points. Driving again, rejected by Behanan. Will go out to Shanklin. Shanklin on the recovery on the block. Goes to King, left side Wells. Wells driving, Wells up and under, reverse layup, good! Central back up by 2, 52-50. Behanan with the basketball. Behanan wants to drive, being guarded by Jackson. Spins, goes up, and they will call a charge on Chane Behanan, and that will foul out Behanan. Behanan has fouled out of this ball game in overtime with 2:03 left to play. Fant fouled out. Now Behanan is right behind him. And this is going to take a coaching job from Coach Sherrill to recover his team and to try to pull this game off against Warren Central as the Purples are down by 2, 52-50, with Chane Behanan fouling out of the ball game. In the game for the Purples will be Scooter Hollis. Coming in for Behanan along with Simmons, Halcomb, Ray, and Geegan. Ball will be inbounded by the Dragons and Shamarcus Wells. Wells looking to inbound, will go in to Jackson. Finds Shanklin. 2 minutes left to play. Shanklin going right, goes to Jackson. Back to Shanklin. Shanklin being double teamed, finds King. King at half court being double teamed. Needs help, will go to Halcomb. Halcomb trying to get around Simmons and Halcomb. Will go to Wells. Clock running. 1:35 left to play as Jackson has the basketball. He's looking down low. They go cross court. Has King for 3. No good. Short. Rebound Simmons of Bowling Green. DJ Ray up court to Halcomb. Finds Hollis. Hollis, jumper, down low, pass. DJ Ray open and good. 52-52. A minute 10 left to play in the first overtime. Shanklin to King. Right side. 1:02 on the clock here in overtime. Tie ball game at 52. And they will call a timeout for Warren Central. For Central, after this one, they have one more left as we are under a minute left to play in overtime, tied at 52. It's a full timeout. Be back in 30 seconds. Tie ball game in overtime at 52 between Bowling Green and Central here on the ticket.
I'd have Joey in the game.
I would too.
I know he's kind of a liability on defense, but he's kind of clutch.
Yeah.
Hey, Scooter Hollis made a nice pass.
He did make a nice pass. .58 seconds left to play in overtime in front of 6,000 plus here at Diddle Arena. A tie ball game at 52 for the 4th Region Championship between Warren Central and Bowling Green. And bounding for Central will be Halcomb. Halcomb looking in, will go to Shanklin in the backcourt. Shanklin had an opportunity to win it for Central at the end of regulation. Could not do so. And now have the basketball with 50 seconds left to play in overtime. Pass to the left, King. Goes cross court, Halcomb. Down low, Jackson. Jackson up, Jackson good. 40 seconds left. 54-52 in favor of Warren Central. DJ Ray up. DJ Ray good off the glass. 54-54. 30 seconds left. Shanklin with the basketball for Central. Going to his right to King. King, double team. Gets around the defenders. Down low to Wells. Wells up. Off the glass, no good. Rebound on the floor. Get kicked out to King. To Shanklin, 10 seconds. Down low pass. Stripped out of bounds. Off of purple. Good play by Mike Geegan to strip it away to keep Wells from making the basket. 6 seconds left. Shanklin to inbound under his own basket for Warren Central.
A lot of times they'll screen the inbounder, try to open up that shot, so Bowling Green has to be aware of that.
A timeout called on the floor. It's a timeout by Central. That is their last timeout here in the first overtime, as we have a tie ball game at 54. And Central has the basketball for another attempt to end this ball game, this one in overtime. Shanklin had a clean look at the end of regulation, could not get the fall. The tip that went in was after the buzzer hit zeros. And now Warren Central is tied 54-54 with Bowling Green, and a chance to try and win it in overtime. Bowling Green has got to hold strong defensively and deny as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, a lot of time the person inbounding the basketball will have a back screen set for them to roll off of it and try to create an open shot. Bowling Green has got to be aware of that, especially if Shanklin's the one throwing the ball in.
6 seconds left. On the floor for the Purples. Ray, Hollis, Geegan, Halcomb, Simmons. For Central, Wells, Jackson, Halcomb, Shanklin, and King. Simmons on Shanklin. Halcomb will inbound under his own goal in the right block. He'll go into King. Looks for Shanklin. 3, 2, Shanklin up. No good. Wells up. No good. And no basket. We will go to another overtime. 2 overtimes as Shanklin was short. Both tips were short.
And I believe DJ Ray got a hand, just partially blocked the Shanklin shot. So a big defensive play there by Bowling Green, but Warren Central had 2 opportunities to tip that one in and unable to get them to go. It looked like that first one almost slipped in for the Dragons.
54-54 at the end of the first overtime, and now we have 2. Be back in 30 seconds on the home of the Purples, 1340, the ticket. No, they do. Just nobody wants to lose it. Oh, God. This is killing me. DJ Ray versus Brett Jackson for the tip ball, the jump ball, in the second overtime. Ball goes up. It will go to the Purples' Hollis. Hollis wants to drive, and they will call Hollis, and that is the 5th foul on Scooter Hollis, and he'll foul out. They'll call Hollis with the charge.
That's a big foul for Bowling Green, especially as Scooter Hollis fouls out of the basketball game. Scooter was the one that created the opportunity for DJ to tie the game at 52, and he's created some big plays for the Bowling Green Purples and came up with a pretty good defensive play here in that first overtime.
Both Hollis and Behanan have fouled out for the Purples. George Fant has fouled out for the Dragons. Tommy Boyce is back in the ball game, seeing his first minutes since the second quarter. Shanklin going to his left, hands off to Halcomb. Being guarded by his brother, Tyson. Troy calls for the charge on his brother, Tyson. Troy bulldozed over Tyson, and a charge called. Bowling Green will get the basketball back.
Nice job there on defense. If they're going to call it one way, all you ask is they call it the other. Refs are sticking to their guns, calling that push off. And now Bowling Green with a chance to take the lead here in the second overtime.
Boyce inbounds to Ray. We'll go back to Boyce. Boyce with the dribble, coming off the bench. Going to his left. We'll go top of the key to Ray. Ray being guarded by Shanklin. Ray going to his right. Maintaining his dribble. Will go to Simmons with the pass. Simmons guarded by Wells. Spins around. They'll call a block on Wells. And that'll be the 9th team foul on Warren Central. And now Simmons will go to the line for a 1-and-1 to try and give Bowling Green the lead here in the second overtime.
Some big free throws coming up here for Darion Simmons. Got to hit that first one in the front end of a 1-on-1.
The sophomore sets and shoots. Trickles in for the guard, Darion Simmons. Another big free throw coming from Darion Simmons. Simmons sets, shoots, good. 56-54. Purples with the lead. Timeout called by Coach Sherrill, a full timeout. Back in 30 seconds. Bowling Green up by 2 in the second overtime. 3:24 left to play here on the ticket. Dude, my arms are shaking. I can hardly feel my fingers. Just electricity is just going through me right now. Either that or a heart attack.
Probably a little both.
It's a good possibility. Woo! Man, oh man.
Come on, Brett.
56-54. Bowling Green with the lead in the second overtime over Warren Central in this 4th region championship matchup. On the floor for the Purples, Boyce, Geegan, Ray, Halcomb, and Simmons. For the Dragons, Wells, Shanklin, Jackson, Halcomb, and King. Wells inbounding, gets into Jackson. Jackson being guarded closely. Needs help, finds it in Wells. Wells bring the ball up court. Finds Shanklin, top the key, kicks it out. Left side to King, back to Shanklin in the left corner. Wants to go down low. And they will call a foul on Tommy Boyce. Boyce, much smaller than Brett Jackson by roughly 3, maybe 4 inches, trying to get some of the advantage. And they called it as Boyce was trying to give power back to Jackson.
Boys gave him a little nudge and moved Jackson, and Coach Sherrill's asking why he was even matched up on Jackson.
At the free throw line for 2 is Jackson. Free throw up, free throw good. Entering the game for Warren Central will be Denzel Carpenter. Exiting will be Jacob King. One more free throw coming for Jackson. This one would tie the ball game up in the second overtime. Jackson sets and shoots. No good. Rebound DJ Ray of Bowling Green. And a foul against the Dragons on the rebound as Ray got tied up. And they will call a foul on Central's Troy Halcomb. That's his 3rd foul, as he is the 2nd leading scorer today. He's a leading scorer on the floor with 16. Behanan, who fouled out in the first overtime, is the leading scorer with 21, but is no longer a factor. DJ Ray is, though, as he's at the line to shoot 2 for the Purples. Free throw up by Ray. Free throw good by Ray.
This would be a huge free throw. DJ Ray can step to the line and knock it down. It would be a 3-point lead, and that would be the largest at the end of regulation, the last minute under regulation, and even in the overtimes.
57-55. One more free throw coming from DJ Ray. Ray sets and shoots. From the rim, no good. Rebound, Halcomb. Up, no good. Rebound by Wells. A questionable shot by Halcomb. Beneficiary goes to Warren Central. 57-55. Bowling Green in the second overtime. Passed on to Jackson. Jackson up and fouled by DJ Ray. That's only the first foul on DJ Ray. But Jackson will go to the line and shoot 2. And Jackson has another opportunity to tie this ball game up.
Yeah, he just went 1 for 2 at the free throw line just a moment ago, though.
Both teams are now in the double bonus. Jackson up. No good with the free throw.
Brett Jackson will have one more attempt to try to cut this lead to 1. 2:49 left to go in this second overtime.
Jackson sets and shoots. Good. The lead is back down to 1 for the Purples. Entering the game, Joey Gorman. Exiting will be Tyson Halcomb. Clement, Geegan, Simmons, Ray, and Gorman on the floor for the Purples. Inbounds pass will go to Ray. Purples up by 1. Up court pass to Geegan. Geegan getting double teamed. Picks up his dribble, needs help. Will throw it off Jackson's foot out of bounds.
Headsy play there by Geegan to try to keep possession for the Bowling Green Purples. And he does. And now Bowling Green will have to throw it in from there under their own basket.
57-56, 2:39 left to play in the overtime. Purples up by 1 over Warren Central. Clement looking to inbound under the Bowling Green basket. King back in the ball game now for Central. Clement looking will go into Ray. Shanklin on Ray, 2:35 left to play. Purple basketball. Ray will go to Simmons, being guarded by Carpenter. Simmons tries to take off to his right, gets around Carpenter, goes baseline, and they'll call a foul against Warren Central. It'll be against Carpenter.
Simmons got Carpenter beat on the baseline, and Carpenter did a smart thing. Instead of giving up a wide open layup, gave him a little body nudge and make him earn him from the free throw line.
Simmons at the line to shoot 2. Both teams in the double bonus. Second overtime. Simmons free throw short off the front of the rim.
Almost airballed that one.
Halcomb comes back in the ball game for defensive purposes. Joey Gorman will take a seat.
And when you're nervous, you either shoot really light or really hard.
Simmons trying to correct what he did in the first one. Second free throw up. Second free throw at the front of the rim, no good. Rebound Central and Halcomb. Troy being guarded by Tyson. Up court to King. King being guarded by Geegan. Pass to left to Shanklin. Shanklin to his left. Foul called on the left block between Halcomb and Simmons. And they will give Halcomb 2 free throws. Halcomb looks to tie it and possibly take the lead with these free throws, as these referees have called this game called it very loose in the opening half, very tight, and the second on into the overtimes. Halcomb's free throw falls in. Tie ball game at 57. Halcomb's free throw. Up. Good. Central with the lead, 58-57. Entering the game will be Denzel Carpenter. Exiting will be Brett Jackson. On the floor for Central, King, Carpenter, Wells, Halcomb, and Shanklin. Halcomb for Bowling Green, inbounds to Clement. Back to Halcomb up court to Geegan. Bowling Green with numbers. Bounce pass, Simmons. Simmons up. No good. Rebound by Central and Carpenter. 1:50 left to play. Halcomb brings the ball up court. Halcomb drives. Ball knocked loose. Recovered by Shanklin. It'll go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons.
Good call there by the referees. Ball came off of DJ Ray's hands. Warren Central get the ball back, leading by 1.
58-57. A minute and 45 left to play in the second overtime. Shanklin inbounding in front of the Warren Central bench. Shanklin looking, goes into Jackson. Jackson back out to Shanklin. Central up by 1, 58-57. Pass will go to Wells. Wells back to Shanklin in the left wing. Simmons guarding closely on Shanklin. Bounce pass to King. Double team coming. King breaks loose, will go to Jackson. Hands off to Halcomb. 1:15 left to play in the second overtime. Simmons on Shanklin. Shanklin with the dribble. Going to his left, back to his right, pass to King. 1:05 now. Pass on to Jackson. Jackson up and will get fouled by DJ Ray. And going to the line and shoot two will be Brett Jackson.
DJ way not in foul trouble. That'd be only his second foul, but more importantly, Brett Jackson's going to the line where he'll shoot 2 free throws that could give Dragons a 3-point lead. But Brett has been inconsistent from the free throw line in these overtimes, and since Fant has fouled out.
Jackson at the line. Free throw up. Free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Entering the game will be Joey Gorman. Exiting will be Darion Simmons, who has played exceptionally well for a young sophomore in this high-intense 4th Region Championship game. Jackson sets, shoots, free throw good. 2-point lead for the Dragons. Jackson will exit, Carpenter will enter as Bowling Green is down 59-57 to Warren Central after the free throw made by Jackson. Halcomb looking to inbound will go to Clement. Clement with the dribble in the backcourt. Being guarded by Shanklin. Bring the ball up court, across the timeline. Under a minute now. 50 seconds. Clement hands off Halcomb. Halcomb in the paint. Turnaround jumper up. No good. And Gorman will go to the floor as Joey Gorman will be called for the foul on the rebound. And Warren Central will now shoot free throws after the rebounding foul called against Joey Gorman.
It's a hard spiel for a man that got a foul, but I guess they're going to say Gorman was over the back as he rolled off the back of a Warren Central player. Looks like King, of all people, a really good free throw shooter for the Dragons.
King on the day with 5 points at the free throw line, looking to add the 2-point lead. King sets and shoots, no good.
Really good free throw shooter. You can see where nerves play a factor in these games, as King usually steps to the lines automatic. Puts his first one off the front of the rim. Bowling Green still with some life in this one. Even if he hits the free throw, still a 1-possession game with a 3-point lead for the Dragons.
Tommy Boyce comes to the ball game as Halcomb will take a seat. King sets, shoots, free throw good. Central up by 3. 60-57, Central with the lead. Geegan wants to inbound. They'll go into Boyce. Central fall back to a half court. 60-57. Bowling Green looking for their best shot. And a timeout called by Coach Sherrill. A full timeout. 60-57 in favor for Central in the second overtime. 33 seconds left. Back in 30 seconds here on the home of the Purples. 1340 is that ticket. Dude, I had to have him for this.
Huh?
I heard, Steph. (60-57), Warren Central with that 3-point lead with 33 seconds left to go in the second overtime in this 4th Region Championship game. 33 seconds, the difference between a team tying it or a team going home. DJ Ray will inbound on the near sideline. Will go into Tommy Boyce in the backcourt. Boyce to his right to Geegan. Up top to Clement. Clement breaks in and a foul called. And now put Clement at the line. That's the first foul on Jordan Shanklin in 4 quarters of play and 2 overtimes of play.
And he took 2 charges from Chane Behanan that added to his 5 fouls.
Clement's free throw good. Purple's down now by 2. One more free throw coming from Clement. Entering the game for the Purples will be Darion Simmons and Tyson Halcomb. Exiting will be Gorman and Boyce. Clement, one more free throw coming. Clement sets, shoots, no good. Rebound Warren Central by Wells. Goes to Halcomb, to Shanklin. Shanklin with the basketball in the backcourt. In trouble, gets fouled from behind by Tyson Halcomb. And Jordan Shanklin will go the line and shoot 2 with 14 seconds left. Crucial free throws from Jordan Shanklin,
who's had a really good night from the free throw line. If he makes both of these, 4-point lead, a 2-possession game for the Dragons.
Shanklin takes the basketball from the referee. Sets and shoots. Good. 3-point lead for Central. Another free throw coming from Shanklin. Entering the game for the Purples, Boyce and Gorman. Exiting is Simmons and Halcomb with 14 seconds left. Big free throw by Shanklin. Shanklin sets and shoots. Good. 4-point lead, 2-possession lead by the Dragons. Inbound pass to Clement. Clement pushing. Clement, top of the key, pulls for 3. Short off the backboard. It'll be a rebound by Central with 7 seconds left in the second overtime.
The Warren Central fans starting to celebrate. It is already a 2-possession game. And Warren Central go to the line to try to extend out their lead with 7 seconds left in this second overtime.
Shamarcus Wells at the line to try and put this game away. Wells with the free throw. No good. Wells sets and shoots. Good. 5-point lead for the Dragons. Inbound pass to Ray. 4 seconds. Ray up and ball game. That will do it. Warren Central wins the 4th region in dramatic 2-overtime fashion and reclaims their position at the top of the 4th region as they have been a contender for the last 2 years, but cannot pull away. But this year, Central regains the throne of the 4th region as Coach Tim Riley comes out to congratulate his senior Troy Halcomb in a hugging fashion. A big, big win for Warren Central as they will continue on to the Sweet 16 and will play Wednesday afternoon, the first game of the Sweet 16. What a game. What a game in this 4th region championship as Central, in front of a big crowd, goes on to win 63-58 in this 4th region championship game and moves on. We will take a 3-minute break and we'll wrap up here at Dill Arena on the home of the Purples, 1340 The Ticket.